currently 5 degrees. It's really quite nippy. It's starting to rain, so I'm hiding here in the outdoor theatre in Milton Keynes in Campbell Park, because I thought I did a short not too long ago, and I thought it would be quite fun to come and do more long form to show that Milton Keynes isn't really as dull and soulless as people think it is. But I couldn't have picked a worse day to actually show them, could I? This area here is essentially celebrating different dates for different people in and around the Milton Keynes area, but behind it is built up Snowdome on the left. That's a hotel on my right, and a shopping centre directly behind it. I don't know if this is going to work because it is phenomenally windy up here, but behind me, this is the Pyramid of Light, and in the evenings, it lights up. It looks really, really pretty. Unfortunately, it's currently midday, 5 degrees, and as you can see, massively overcast, so the lights aren't on. It's just a white pyramid in the Milton Keynes. Trying to navigate these steps without falling over. Easier said than done, especially when you're as clumsy as I am. Now, Milton Keynes was primarily built in the 1960s to solve a problem that came up in the late 40s and 50s. Obviously, after the war, we had a bit of a baby boom, which meant that we had significantly more births than we did deaths. So they looked at building a series of new towns around England and Wales, and Milton Keynes was the last of those. And yes, it's only 60 years old, but I think that gives it a little bit of its own charm. One of the great things about Milton Keynes is that pedestrians and traffic are entirely separated. So although there is a major road behind me, I never have to cross it. I'll either cross under it or over it, or just walk completely around it through the parks. So I am currently walking over one of the main routes through Milton Keynes to get back into the city centre. And there's no traffic lights, there's no pedestrian crossings. We're just entirely separate, which makes it safer for absolutely everyone, really. Where pedestrians and roads intersect is where Milton Keynes gets some of its bad reputation. So Milton Keynes has a high level of homelessness, and in the evenings quite often you'll find homeless people sheltering under these bridges. Now they are taking action to help. They're creating quite a lot of social housing and hostel type accommodation for the homeless to help with this problem. But recently on the news, Milton Keynes was known as a tent city because just of the pure amount of homelessness here. Now, the end of this underpass is a building that caused quite some controversy when it was built. This is the XScape Center. Inside is a actual snow ski slope with real snow. But unlike all the other buildings at the time, this was much, much taller, and there were height restrictions in Milton Keynes to the size of buildings, because Milton Keynes is actually built on top of a hill, and they didn't want to spoil the sight lines of the villages around. I dare you to find me an uglier train station. One of the reasons that Milton Keynes was developed where it is because of its proximity to London and the northern powerhouse cities, so Manchester, Birmingham, and Leicester. So if you look at a map, Milton Keynes is almost geographically in the centre of London, Leicester and Birmingham, with Manchester just a little bit further on. As you can see, Milton Keynes is still on that main line, so lots of cargo from north to south and south to north continues to travel on this line, along with commuters.